Hi, Todd Falcone here with another blog post on a pretty important subject related to building a network marketing business and the different thought processes that go on with regard to strategically building an organization. This particular blog post is going to be focused more so for people that are in unilevels, matrices or matrices, and breakaway compensation plans. So it's interesting what happens when you got different egos and different people building. You've got all these independent people that get involved in a network marketing company, network marketing organization, and we've all got our own ideas, our own thought processes on how we want to build. And that's the beautiful thing. You can build however you want to build. You sign your distributor application, and as long as you're doing things legally, ethically, morally, and you're doing things the right way, you can build your organization however you feel like it. It's a free country. It's a free place. It's a free enterprise. However, the discussion comes up often about, should I go deep or should I go wide? Should I build wide, build on my front line, just keep building on my front line, or should I go deep? And just to alleviate any confusion, first of all, if you're in a compensation plan that enables you to have as many people on your front line that you want, meaning unlimited numbers of people on your front line. I can sponsor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way across my front line, versus a binary where normally you can sponsor 2. Right here, 1, 2, sponsor 1 on the left, 1 on the right, or however you're seeing that mirror, reverse, whatever. You have that opportunity, and in many cases, and a lot of these compensation plans, you have to go to some level of width in the organization in order to max out the compensation plan. You have to sponsor X number of people that reach whatever pin rank or level in the compensation plan. So regardless, I don't think I've ever actually seen a compensation plan where you can sponsor one person and you're able to max out the percentages in the comp plan, you reach the highest pin rank. It just doesn't happen. So the question then is, well, how do I build? Do I build wide or do I build deep? And I've seen companies virtually implode because of the inner arguing of the distributors. Well, we want to build a straight line down versus no, we want to go wide and then work with those people. Let me share something with you. The answer is, in terms of asking the question, should I go wide or deep? The answer is yes. Yes. You do, both. So how do we go both wide and deep? Because, the thought process is, well, gee, if I bring somebody in and I sponsor somebody underneath them and I help them build and I build it for them and I'm working with them, they're going to stay if I get them a check. Maybe. There goes the garbage man. Hearing that in the background noise. Love that. Perfect timing. At least I don't have to take the garbage out. It's being done. So, a philosophy that I learned a long time ago is work where you're deserved, not where you're needed. In other words, you're going to sponsor a lot of people in your business. And as you're sponsoring people, some are going to show up, some are going to do, some are not going to do. And I'm not going to go build you a check if you're going to sit on your butt. Now, if you want to come in, you want to play, we work together as a team, I'll support you, I'll work with you, I'll teach you, I'll mentor you, I'll educate you. But you have to do it. In the end, when you look in the mirror, again, it's about me. It's about the efforts that when we're referring to ourselves, me, it's the efforts that I put into the business that are going to make the most significant difference. Nobody's going to build me a check. Nobody's going to build you a check. So what's this whole thing about wide versus deep? Well, in order for you to max out, again, the compensation plan, there is going to be some width required. Does that mean you just smatter them up against the wall and just blam, 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 and just see if it sticks? Just throw it up like pasta? Wham, wham, wham. Well, that one's stuck. That one's good. That'll make a check out of that. Look, you have got to sponsor people. And sponsoring people requires that you put time in, that you teach them, that you in the first 30 days get them into some kind of activity level that generates them some income. The amount of income that somebody generates in that first 30 days, the kind of success that they see in their first 30 days is going to significantly impact whether or not they stay. So I have never been of the philosophy personally where I'm just going to, I'm going to bring this guy in and I'm just going to take all the people that I'm also sponsoring, I'm going to feed them underneath them, I'm going to place them, I'm going to do this, I'm going to help the guy get a check, I'm going to create a check, because what I'm doing is I'm creating somebody who can't do it themselves. So if you think about that, again, work where you're deserved, not where you're needed. I bring Joe in, and Joe's going and he's doing and he's cranking, he's showing up, he's doing presentations, he's showing the plan, he's showing people the opportunity. And then I bring in Rob, and Rob's sitting there, and he's crying and he's whining, the product's late, no, I was on hold for 2 minutes, I don't know, maybe this is for me, I don't know. But then, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go help Rob out and help, build Rob a little check and pat him on the back, pat him in the back of the head. Come on. Look, the answer is yes. You go both wide and you go deep. You work with people that you sponsor. Like if I go sponsor 10 people, not all 10 people are going to do it. I'll be there to support them. I'll be there to work with them. And I'm very clear. When I sponsor somebody into my organization, I'm very clear. I'm like, look, here's the deal. If you want my attention, if you want me to work with you, then you got to show up. Because if you don't show up, I'm going to go find somebody else who will. So if you're in the deal and then you're not really showing up and you're flaking, it's like, you can flake all you want, because I'm just telling you right now, if you flake, I'm going to go find somebody else who's going to come. I'll just leave you in the dust. And I've flat out said that to frontline personally sponsored people I brought in the business. You go both. You go both wide and deep. Don't go build somebody's organization for them. You build somebody's organization for them. What motivation do they have? They'll just take a check. I've made that mistake. I gave someone who ended up doing not a huge amount of volume, $25,000, $30,000 a month in volume. And my guy that I personally sponsored, then I gave this other guy that was my guy, the guy that was on my front line sat on his ass and didn't do anything. And basically took a check. Not a huge check, but he took a check based on my volume. He then did not rise in rank, because I needed in this comp plan to have a personally sponsored individual rise in rank in order for me to rise in rank. So here's this guy that I personally sponsored. I give him somebody else who I could have taken front line. And it's funny because the guy that I put underneath him was rising in rank and could have helped, take me personally to that next level, that next pin position. But then what I do, I just created a crutch and I created a check for a guy who did nothing. So work where you're deserved, focus your time, effort, and energy where somebody deserves your time. You got the whiner. We're all going to have that. We're going to have people that complain, people that don't do, people that do. Focus your time and your attention where you're deserved, not where you're needed. Focus on those people that are showing up and doing. Continue to sponsor and recruit new people on your front line. Lead by example. Your people are going to do exactly what you're doing. If they think, oh, you're just sitting there and you're just working with one person. Now, I get it. You sponsor people. You've got to work with these people. So there's a balance between you recruiting new people and you training and working with the people that you already have on board. But whatever you do, don't stop recruiting. Don't stop finding new talent to put on your front line. Do both. Go wide, go deep. You'll find yourself having a much bigger check. We'll see you on another blog post. Todd Falcone. Have a great week.